Y'all niggas lame in the comments. Nobody dropped that
They
shit.
didn't do not
Fostered over there, and now the people believe that people.
not only at the Congo, and he's very hopeful to meet you in the future.
That's so nice.
So before we get into
It sound like he about to
the
got down and say
entertaining
something
part
slick.
of this whole press conference, because it's been open.
It's beautiful, and you are
There
beautiful.
we go. I'm gonna put it in the
It's
comment. Hold up.
And Caroline said, number one, she did say, and I shouldn't say this because it's politically incorrect. She said, she's beautiful, and you are beautiful. I'm not allowed to be incorrect. She said, she's beautiful, and you are beautiful. I'm not allowed to say that. You know, that could be the end of my political
Maybe we all got a little bit of boxolitis. I don't know.
career, but I said it anyway.
She is bad as hell. I ain't even gonna front. Like, real talk. And,
But
Hey,
you are
somebody
beautiful,
gonna
and
fuck
you're
with me in the
beautiful inside.
comments.
So I wish I had more reporters like you. So you covered Africa for a long
My
time.
boy
Yes, for
Trump.
over 10 years.
Wow.
I cover even your first administration for
Hey,
I don't.
hold up, but
Times
don't play
as
with
an
him.
approved journalist and reporter in the White House.
Don't play.
And Caroline said, number one, she did say,
What's that nigga white name, man? What's that porn star name? Is it Megan? Who know Donald Trump? But we gonna look that shit up real quick. Hold up. Donald Trump wife. Melania. I knew that. I said Megan. Fuck it. Megan close enough, nigga. I got an A. 100 for me, nigga. Fuck y'all talking about. Old white porn star hoe. Shit, close enough. Megan. Melania. That nigga said, fuck that bitch. This motherfucking bad African just came in from the Congo. That nigga Trump said, what?
and I shouldn't say this because it's politically incorrect. She said, she's beautiful, and you are beautiful.
And you are beautiful. Melania, Megan, text that nigga phone right now. You hear that shit ding in a couple seconds.
I'm not allowed to say that. You know, that could be the end of my political
Maybe we all got a little bit of boxolitis. I don't know.
career, but I said it.
Well, damn, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. Everybody hating and shit. Especially the woman, bro. Y'all gotta show some love right there, bro. That nigga just hot down on the African. He said, and she said she beautiful. And yes, you are. You're beautiful. Yeah, boy, that nigga Trump, boy. Deceitful. Yeah, we gonna get into that. Oh, shit. He coming home. I gotta check up about this bill they talking about. Normally I be knowing what's in the bill and all that shit, but I ain't even been peeping gang lately. I ain't been keeping up. I need to hear the bill, yo. Is Stephen A breaking down the bill?
But first thing I'm going to do is get into President Trump and what the hell is going on in the nation's capital. Trump's big, beautiful bill. That's where we're going to get started as we quickly approach his self-imposed deadline on
Senate
July
begins
4th,
vote Obama
when he would
on
like to
Trump's
sign the
big,
bill
beautiful
into
bill.
law. It was a marathon weekend on Capitol Hill where Republicans suffered some setbacks, including one GOP senator announcing he will not seek re-election after opposing the package over its Medicaid health care cuts. An all-night session to consider an endless stream of proposed amendments to the package in what's called a vote-a-rama was abruptly postponed, but it's now underway.
Vote
The
Obama.
nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office
What Obama
found that
got to do with this?
11.8 million more Americans would become uninsured by the year 2034 if the bill becomes law.
What?
Sure, 11.8 million more Americans would become uninsured by the year 2034 if the bill becomes law. The group also said the package would increase the deficit by nearly $3.3 trillion over a decade. There's a couple of things that we need to consider here, ladies and gentlemen, as we discuss this, okay? And I'm just looking at some of my notes because I think it's important to bring this stuff up. What Trump is trying to do, and what the Republicans who support the big, beautiful bill, because, I mean, it's Trump, so obviously the bill has to
What
be
they
big,
talking about?
it has to be beautiful.
Ain't it
this
gonna
is
be
Trump we're talking about
insured?
here, right? What they're doing is kicking the can down the road. That's what they're doing. Let's call it what it is. Because when you talk about curbing spending and what have you, I mean, is it really? If it's adding $3.3 trillion to the budget, according to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, is that what it's doing? We all know what the priority is. We all know why Trump has absolutely positively emphasized this bill being passed. Because the whole objective is to make sure that the tax cuts he instituted in 2017 remains in play. And that upon its expiration, that all of a sudden people are spending more in taxes and have less in their pocket. Then all of a sudden we're going to be talking about inflation and other things. He doesn't want that because that could compromise the Republicans, the GOP, with the midterms. Come on, y'all. We know this. And I'm just looking at some of my notes from here, right? Because I'm looking at what, and I categorized it two ways. One is what the GOP says about the big, beautiful bill, and the other is what the Democrats are saying about the big, beautiful bill, okay? If you're a member of the GOP, what's the objective here? Quote, the one big, beautiful bill will implement President Trump's Make America Great Again agenda by delivering the largest tax cut in American history, the largest border security investment in history, and the largest deficit reduction in nearly 30 years. That was a quote by Donald Trump just a few weeks ago. Okay, so we have to remember all of that, all right? That's number one, okay? That's very important. We can't just ignore this kind of stuff because we got to quote the president, right? I'd say we do. Here was what the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said at that particular moment in time. Today, the House has passed the generational, nation-shaping legislation that reduces spending, permanently lowers taxes for families and job creators, secures the border, unleashes American energy dominance, restores peace through strength, and makes government work more efficiently and effectively for all Americans. This is what they're talking about. And what they're going to do, extension of the 2017 tax cuts, new tax breaks, SALT deduction increase, state and local tax, that's what SALT stands for. Deduction cap is raised from $10,000 to $40,000 for married couples earning up to $500,000, addressing concerns from representatives in high tax states like New York and like New Jersey. And also, the big beautiful bill is supposed to be something that supports small businesses. Why? Because they're saying provisions such as the reinstatement of immediate R&D expensing and increased pass-through deductions aiming to bolster small businesses and domestic manufacturing. This is what they're saying. This is the GOP now. Their interpretation of it. Work requirements. The bill imposes work requirements for Medicaid recipients. A move Republicans argue will reduce fraud and ensure aid research reaches the truly needed. Amongst other things like eligibility verification, coverage restrictions, all of that stuff. That's what the Republicans say. Now let's go to what the Democrats have to say about the big, beautiful bill. According to House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, okay, this is when it was passed by the House, because remember, the Senate still got to approve and all this other stuff, but this is at the time, this is weeks ago. He said, we believe it's one big, ugly bill that's going to hurt the American people, hurt children, hurt families, hurt veterans, hurt seniors, cut health care, cut nutritional assistance, explode the debt. That's what Hakeem Jeffries said at the time. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, what did he say? This is not one big, beautiful bill. It's ugly. There's nothing beautiful about stripping away people's health care, forcing kids to go hungry, denying communities the resources they need, and increasing poverty. They get specific. Health care cuts. The bill imposes work requirements for Medicaid recipients and reduces federal Medicaid payments to states, potentially leading to millions losing coverage. Point number two. Tax benefits for the wealthy. Democrats argue that the bill extends tax cuts.
This ain't something don't seem right.
High-income earners and corporations, while offering minimal relief
I mean,
to
but
working
if
middle
it's
class
meant to go
Americans.
in,
What else did they talk about?
law,
Increased deficit. The Congressional
like
Budget Office
if they
estimates that
agree
the
on
bill
this,
could add
and if it's
$2.3 trillion
signed
to the
into law,
national
like,
deficit over the next decade. Now the next thing you know, they're up to $3.3
hey,
trillion.
that's
So
what
let's
they
keep
want.
that in
That's
mind,
what they
okay?
want. That's what
Number
they.
four, social program
That's what's gonna
reductions.
be.
The legislation includes significant cuts to SNAP, That's food assistance and other safety net
I'm
programs,
not
which
surprised.
Democrats believe will exacerbate poverty.
I come from a
and
lot of people that's
hunger.
been waiting on this.
Last but not least, restrictions on
I come from
reproductive
people
and
that said this bill was
LGBTQ+
happening
healthcare.
30
The bill
years ago.
prohibits Medicaid from covering gender-affirming care and services provided by clinics that offer abortions aligning with conservative social policies. That last part right there, you're going to have some people that's up in the air about that. And I tell you where you're going to lose that argument if you're the Democrats. You're going to lose that argument is that if you are of the mindset that, you know what, we support stuff without parental guidance and without parental interference. When you're trying to sit up there and promote children being able to make decisions for themselves, parents ain't going to go for that. Parents ain't going to go for that. So you need to do everything